Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 33 of the My Son, the TRAITOR series. Today's episode, we're continuing on. We've got two more Nitros left before Starcade. Honestly, based on the last two shows that we've done, obviously last episode was in 86. First, first episode after the last pay-per-view, Mayhem, also in 86. We're on a pretty good trend. I have noticed that we did run the Mid-Atlantic, so I think part of me wants to run the tri-state region for this episode. So let's advance. Don't want this episode to take too long. It's actually going to be delayed because I haven't actually had this one recorded prior to it. Sort of pre-recorded anyway, before it's coming out. I just watched Oppenheimer and didn't realize it was a 3-hour movie. It was very good though. Did enjoy it. We've also got Gato there. Be a decent little option for our cruiserweight division. Lacking in some star quality though, which is unfortunate. I'm sort of just looking for people that we could maybe bring in eventually down the line. Interesting. So FMW, apparently the company is deeply in debt. Apparently there's rumors that ownership took out loans from the Yakuza to try and keep the company afloat. Strange, but interesting nonetheless. Randy Savage is now retired. Sad. Sad day. Yeah. Hmm. There's a potential that I could have brought him in. He's 49 though. Could have been a good person to have sort of be maybe an opponent for Shane McMahon in regards to somewhat of an authority figure. Hmm. Hmm. All right. Let's just keep advancing. Actually, let's have a look at MCW. I really don't want to miss out on trying to take them over. But it still seems like we're not going to be able to do it. All right. So I said the tri-state. We are going to stick with it. The Blue Cross Arena in Rochester actually looks alright, so we're going to go with that venue. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with the main event tonight. No idea. We do have a few other, or a couple other matches booked. So the first one we'll do here is Hugh Morris taking on Big Vito. That one was booked on the last Nitro. So this one's going to be a Hugh Morris win. It's going to be a cheap win. And then it's going to be a DQ finish, and it's going to be having a massive amount of interference. So we're going to have Guido attack Hugh Morris. We're going to have Tracy Smothers attack Morris as well. And then at ringside, we're literally just going to have Johnny the Bull be there. So he's not going to actually get involved, because the way a mob boss works is he doesn't get his hands dirty. He has other people doing the heavy lifting for him. So I feel like that kind of works out pretty well. Which means post-match, we're going to have an angle with all of them involved. Just a sort of standing tall type angle. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. We'll give all four of them a little bit of success as well. And that can go post-match. What else we got? We got... was it a tag team? No, it was another singles match, wasn't it? And it was going to be Dustin Rhodes taking on D'Lo Brown. Pretty big match, to be fair. I'm going to make this one the steal the show, I think, because it's going to be a good, proper match. We'll give Dustin the win. I will make it decisive, just because I do like Dustin Rhodes, and I think he can actually have a really good sort of upper mid-card main event push for us at some stage. So I'll chuck that a little bit later in the card. And then I think I want to do an angle for him and Dusty. And I guess we'll put D'Lo, Chaz. They can be on screen as well, and might give him a little bit of a boost. So chuck success on all those 4. Entertainment on Dusty. Hopefully we can unscript him. Would be decent. No, he wants no script. Okay. Risky, but it is what it is. Alright. Now I need to work out what I want to do with the main event. So obviously Eddie's doing really well. How did we finish last show? I feel like last month we already did... We didn't really do Booker and RVD though, did we? We had Booker T defeating Chavo there. Oh, they did. We did actually do it. Okay, so I guess I won't try and repeat that. I wonder if I could maybe do a 6-man tag for the main event. And maybe throw in... Who could I throw in there? I could throw in a DDP, but let's do this. So let's book a 6-man. We're going to go Booker T, RVD. And we've also got the Cruiserweight Tag Team match as well that I forgot to book just then. So I'm not too sure who their partner is going to be, but let's go Canyon on this side and Los Guerreros. They can be on the other side of that 6-man tag. Obviously, Canyon, I mean, we'll change AJ Styles out of there as well, but just don't know who to use yet. I think it might have to be DDP. Yeah, it's going to be DDP. All right. So this one, literally just going to have Booker pick up the win. And unfortunately for Chavo, he's going to have to take the loss. I think the other two are just a little bit too strong. I think we can call it as well. So we'll make that one decisive. Part of me wants to keep Eddie strong for it, so he doesn't lose any pop. I'm hoping Canyon won't lose anything either. Obviously, Chavo's at 53s. Not terrible. And it's in the tri-state as well, so a 74 there for popularity for RVD is actually a pretty decent level. Yeah, even DDP's got 75s, a couple of 77s in there, but also only 74 in the tri-state. So we'll go with that. We'll chuck that down the bottom there, so it's our main event. And we want a post-match angle with our 3 competitors. So we'll go Booker, Canyon, and Eddie. Go the triple entertainment angle. I might name this one All Brawl to finish the show. Nice and easy, just an all-in brawl between our 3 competitors. They're all just having a crack at each other. So that'll go on last, and then I think I'll do RVD angle onto Chavo. I might even have Chavo be off screen for that one. I don't like to have people in every angle all the time, if that makes sense. I know it does help with popularity and stuff, getting them into promos, even if they're not speaking to a certain extent. And we're likely going to have to do that promo again next week anyway. So what I'll do is I'll have Chavo be on screen for it next week and have him be rated on entertainment as well for the go home show. Should be pretty good. So let's add that cruiserweight tag team match. Going to be our high spots as well. Romeo and Skipper. And they're going to be taking on the team of Rey Mysterio Jr. and the cruiserweight champion, Shane Helms. We'll make that high spots. I'll try and chuck a nice promo in before it as well. I'll give the win to Shane Helms. Give the win to the champion. Make him look a little bit stronger. We'll make that high spots as well. Cool. So where do I want to put that? What's DDP doing this month? Okay, we'll do this then. So before that match goes out, let's have Jeff Jarrett come out. And we'll just have Jarrett cut a promo onto DDP by himself. Cool. Jarrett doesn't want a script. All right. I like that. Should be a good angle leading into the high spots match. Yeah, I think that's all fine. We need some stuff for the alter ego. Actually, technically, we can actually change Psychosis to Psycho Ripper now. So let's go back into this. Is there a way to get him back to? There we go. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. So there, Psychosis is officially back to Psycho Ripper, coming out with a more sort of dark, sinister type mask. Up to 70% prestige as well, which is pretty crazy. I like it. All right. With that being said, we do need an angle, so I think I'll go with a Psycho Ripper angle onto Super Crazy. I think we can. I'll go selling again for Super Crazy. We need to split up the team as well. I completely forgot about that too. All right, so Psycho Ripper. And he's going to attack Super Crazy backstage. I'll chuck that there. Let me just double check that Super Crazy is still able to have matches by himself without tanking anything. Should still be over, yeah. Still consider. Oh, he's actually got really good popularity in the tri-state, so I might even chuck in a little match there for him, because he did lose last week in a decisive loss as well. Might do him versus. I haven't really been using Cena either. I need to use him. I'll try and get him on the card here. Maybe just a promo or something. But let's go Super Crazy taking on. We'll go Kaz Hayashi. And then we'll have that Psycho Ripper angle be post-match. Actually, we'll have it be pre-match. Because he's going to be backstage. I like it. What else do we need? I'll just chuck a John Cena angle in there. I know 6 minutes might be too long for him, but at this point, I would rather get something that's potentially going to give him a little bit of popularity. All right, so I need something for Jerry Lawler. Might have him getting involved. We'll have a match for a bit of a tune-up match here for Sean O'Hare. Have him take on Jamie Noble. I'll do that match. 6 minutes. So Sean O'Hare is going to get the win. Will be decisive in the end as well. And then we're just literally going to have O'Hare be attacked by Jerry Lawler. Hopefully he can get involved in a match that he is actually commentating on. Yes, he can. Where do I want that one to go? I suppose I can just have it there, really. And I might get rid of this angle, but we'll go with this one for now. I want a double entertainment angle for O'Hare and Lawler. That's just going to be him responding. He basically says no and refuses the offer. Join the kingdom. What are we at? 107. So we haven't really done anything with Team Canada, but I do have a match in mind for that. Let's go another tag team match. And we're going to have American Dragon and Terry Funk teaming up once again. This time to take on Team Canada 2. Awesome does have 53 pop in the tri-state, which is actually a little bit worrying, but I think we'll give Terry the win. The loser will be PCO. I think I want to keep Awesome strong, actually. Yeah, I want to make sure we keep him strong. We'll go storytelling as well, because it might protect Terry Funk a little bit as well. And once again, can Terry talk? I think he can. He definitely can. Do we maybe have Terry cut a promo? Let's do it. So let's go Terry Funk and American Dragon. Cutting a promo onto Lance Storm and Kevin Steen, sorry. The question is, do I want to go entertainment for American Dragon to try and get his stats up? It's going to really tank the actual angle itself. We'll do it. Just risk it and bite the bullet. And I'll have these guys be off screen as well. So that can pretty much pre-book a match next week as well. Nice. All right. So a lot of Team Canada's getting out there. Then to pretty much kick off the show, really, I think we just go a 4-minute angle. I might actually change Cena's angle to 4 minutes, and we'll go 6 with this one instead. But let's go Vader first. Go CM Punk, AJ Styles, and Samoa Joe. And we'll chuck these 3 guys on entertainment. Menace there. The Big Vader. Nice. And I will reduce 2 minutes. I might reduce 1 minute off there, and then we'll go 1 minute off the Jamie Noble, Sean O'Hare match. And that gets us exactly where we need to be. We just need a wild brawl match, which probably could be this one. The Hugh Morris Big Vito match very easily can be our wild brawl. Alright, pre-show, I'm not going to do anything too serious. Go Jindrak and Stasiak. They can take on Lash and Flair. Actually, somewhat of a team, Lash and Flair. Oops, 12 minutes for that one. Pump it out a little bit longer. We'll have Jindrak at the win there, nice and easy. And chuck another one on real quick. We'll have Team Canada 3, and they can take on Kendrick and Jason Jett. I was looking at a WCW documentary the other day, and it looked like Jett was actually getting a pretty decent push towards the end of WCW. I didn't really realize, but apparently he did some good work in ECW before ECW closed, and then looked like he was sort of being pushed as a future star for WCW. But yeah, Lance Storm getting the win pre-show. Lovely stuff. And that's our card. That is Nitro. Let's run the show. Alright, so we start off with a 46 rated pre-show tag team match where we have Jindrak and Stasiak defeating Lash LaRue and David Flair in 11:50 when Mark Jindrak pinned Lash LaRue with a diving clothesline. Jindrak was really off his game. And the second pre-show match getting us a 67 rating here where we have Team Canada 3 defeating Brian Kendrick and Jason Jett in 12:19 when Storm submitted Kendrick with a single leg Boston Crab. And yeah, Storm carrying the match. Obviously 85 entering there. He's a bona fide main eventer. Probably should be in the main event for Starrcade, but maybe just sort of lacking a little bit compared to the likes of Canyon and, you know, maybe Eddie's essentially taken his spot and taken that potential world title reign away from him at this point. But I'm sure he will hold it for us at some stage in the coming years. All right, so here we go. Kicking off Nitro, kicking off with that Fatal 4-Way TV title storyline. Getting us a 48. That's not too bad. We have Vader, Punk, Styles, and Samoa Joe all going at it on the mic. Obviously, Vader not exactly talking too much, but looking pretty damn menacing as per usual. And yeah, 48, very solid. I think this match is actually going to be really good. Really good at Starrcade for that retired, or is it retired? Yeah, we'll say it's currently, a retired title belt, so we'll bring it back. And it's going to do good things for our lower mid-carders. All right, we then go into another promo here. It does get a bit of a low rating. We get a 43, but this one does have Terry Funk, and American Dragon, and they're both essentially rated on entertainment. So, and I also didn't script him either. So Terry did good without a script, and obviously American Dragon, with his very poor entertainment stats, has tanked that quite a bit, even further than probably what he would have done had he had a script to follow. But that leads into the match, and of course mainly Terry essentially talks about how he wants to face Lance Storm and Kevin Steen next week in the Go Home show. Terry Funk, he is hardcore, so maybe let's go a tag team tables match as well for next week, if I can remember. Sounds pretty good. All right, we then go into a 57 rated tag team match here where we have American Dragon and Terry Funk defeating Team Canada 2 in 5:45 when Terry Funk submitted PCO with a spinning toe hold. Mike Awesome head and shoulders above everybody else in the match as well. And we did keep him strong. So good positive, good match, good tag team match. Hopefully helping American Dragon get a little bit more popularity as we try and essentially bump him up into the lower mid card to the point where we can actually use him to go over people and he's recognizable by the fans. We move on. Go into a 69 rated angle here where we have Sean O'Hare course, Lawler approached him last week to join the Kingdom. Lawler's new stable, new faction, I guess you would say. And yeah, O'Haire essentially rejects him. Lawler says he wants a match against him at Starrcade. If Sean O'Haire loses, he joins the Kingdom. Simple and easy. We then go into a Sean O'Haire match, which gets us a 56. We have Sean O'Haire defeating Jamie Noble in 5-13 with a senton bomb. Then during the match, we also had Jerry Lawler run in and attack O'Haire. So potentially costing him the match. Doesn't cost him the match. O'Haire comes back, gets a 1-2-3, gets a big win. And, well, not a massive win, but a good win on TV nonetheless. And the storyline continues. We then go into a really good promo from Jeff Jarrett. We get an 87 for this one. Jeff Jarrett by himself cutting a promo onto his opponent at Starrcade, Diamond Dallas Page. And yeah, storyline gains heat. Did a masterful job being off script as well. So very happy with Jeff Jarrett. His momentum's starting to really kick into swing, and he's actually getting some really good ratings for us now. Might have been a little bit premature to put him in that world title storyline when he first came in that first month. But he's looking good now, and honestly, I'm pretty happy with him. We then go into a 62... Go into a 62 rated high spots match for our tag team, for our cruiserweights in a tag team match. We have Rey Mysterio Jr., the #1 contender, and the current cruiserweight champion in Shane Helms. They defeat Romeo and Skipper in 6-16 when Shane Helms pinned Elix Skipper with a vertebreaker. And yeah, Romeo was the weak link in the match. They do have excellent chemistry together. And yeah, some good in-ring performances there by Mysterio and Shane Helms. Looking forward to their match at the pay-per-view. All right, we then go into a 51 rated angle where we have Psycho Ripper, and he debuts his Psycho Ripper mask, essentially. And he attacks Super Crazy backstage once again. Essentially looking like Super Crazy's not going to be able to come out for his match, which is up next. But yeah, 51's pretty solid for Psycho Ripper. I like it. All right, we then go into a 68 rated match here where we have Super Crazy defeating Kaz Hayashi in 6-26 by pinfall with a moonsault. So Hayashi off his game, but essentially Super Crazy, he limps his way out to the ring for this match after that brutal assault there by Psycho Ripper. I was going to call him Psychosis, but it is officially now Psycho Ripper. And yeah, Super Crazy, absolute underdog for the entire match, getting absolutely beaten down by Hayashi. And yeah, manages to pull off a bit of an upset win. Despite being more popular than him, but at this point in time, he was looking pretty battered and pretty bruised. That's a really good match. Solid 68. We then go into a 36, lowering the crowd there, cooling them off a little bit. 36 rating there for John Cena. We don't really have anything for him to do at the moment. I might give him a match at the Go Home show, maybe, if we have time. I obviously want storylines to sort of feature more prominent over sort of a small, minute push that we're trying to do with Cena to try and get him up to having matches by himself where he can win matches and then, use that to take off a little bit. But yeah, 36, not great. He's got good entertainment skills. I just don't know if the popularity and the momentum as well is really holding him back. I think it might be. And it was only a 5-minute angle as well. So it's still going to increase his popularity though, because obviously it's a lot higher than his actual popularity. So it's going to give him an increase of at least 1 point more than likely. Yeah, we move on. Go into a 49 rated match where we have Hugh Morris defeating Big Vito in 5-32 when Vito was disqualified when Little Guido ran in and attacked Hugh Morris. During the match, we also had Tracy Smothers run in and attack Morris. And then, of course, we also had Johnny the Bull at ringside. Essentially looking like he's pulling all the strings. I think we will turn him now. Complete success there. So we'll get that sorted out for the go home show. But yeah, 49 rated, poorly placed. Obviously, coming after the John Cena angle, it's sort of tanked it a little bit, and it needs a crowd who's buzzing. That's the way wild brawl matches work. So we move on. We move into a 54 rated angle where we have Johnny the Bull recently turned heel. He is now officially called himself the leader of fully blooded Italians. He's going to call himself the mob boss, Johnny the Bull. And then we have Little Guido, sort of his first lieutenant. And then he's got the muscle in Big Vito and Smothers. And yeah, they are going to officially be a stable now. And of course, we've got Johnny the Bull taking on Hugh Morris at Starrcade one-on-one. But will it be one-on-one? We've seen a lot of interference on Hugh Morris so far, especially tonight, getting the win by DQ. But yeah, very good promo. And again, Johnny doing well off script. Guido also improvising well. I think Vito was also on entertainment in this angle. So, good stuff. All right, we then go into a 73 rated angle where we have the Rhodes family, and they're cutting a promo onto Lowdown prior to the World Tag Team title match at Starrcade. And yeah, Dustin talks about his match tonight against D'Lo Brown, says he's got a lot of respect for D'Lo, but he thinks he's got enough to be able to beat him in a one-on-one match. And yeah, Dustin basically says that the Rhodes family is going to become the World Tag Team Champions. Both doing well off script as well, so good stuff. The singles match does very well. 75 rated. This was our Steal the Show match as well, so it's done what I needed it to do. But we have Dustin Rhodes defeating D'Lo Brown in 550 by pinfall with a lifting reverse DDT. So massive win there for Dustin, and potentially given the Rhodes family a bit of a leg up going into that World Tag Team title match at Starrcade. Interesting one. They very well could become the new champions. All right, we then go into a 97 rated angle from RVD by himself. Again, cutting a promo onto Chavo prior to the main event. He's backstage with his United States title and says that he's going to beat Chavo in the ladder match at Starrcade and continue to walk out as the United States champion. All right, here we go. The main event, big 6-man tag. I think it's going to do really well. 86 maybe, I think. It is tri-state, so you never really know, but here we go. Come on, 86. All right. 88 rated main event. Oh, the tri-state region, it pays off. 88. 2 above my prediction. Exceeding expectations massively. Booker T, Rob Van Dam, and Diamond Dallas Page defeating Canyon and Los Guerreros in 1607 when Booker T pinned Chavo with a bookend. DDP the weak link, but I mean, having DDP's popularity in that match has definitely benefited that. Hitting an 88, I think that's our highest ever rated match as well. It's understandable from where, the point that we're at the moment, along with RVD's, 74 popularity in the tri-state, whereas he's sort of got like 60s everywhere else. Chavo's only in the 50s as well, so he's done really well. But I think all round, it's just a really well booked match. And we've even got the penalty there of Eddie Guerrero, so could have been even higher. We'll take a little look here at the dirt sheet. Sort of going through everyone there. Hot new move. Pretty much everyone getting good bonuses as well. And then DDP penalised for inconsistency and for declining physical ability. So they were the only 2 real penalties, and obviously the very low experience for the announcing quality as well. And obviously Eddie's penalty, but we've already referred to that. And we know that that's going to be a penalty every single time he's involved. So that's a really good match. 89 for RVD, 88 for Booker, 87 for Eddie, 84 there for Canyon. It's all impressive stuff, honestly. And our post-match angle actually doesn't do as well as RVD's promo. Get a 95 rated brawl here to finish the show between our 3 triple threat contenders, well, champion and 2 contenders for the world title at Starrcade. What a match this is going to be. If there's ever a match that can actually beat that 88 that we just got then, which is incredible, I'm so happy with it, it's going to be this match right here. This match has the hallmarks to be the best match of the series. 90 plus rated, I feel like. And I kind of say that with a little bit of confidence after what we've just witnessed there with that 88. So could be a very, very good main event to finish the show. But yeah, all 3 of these guys brawled to finish the Nitro. We go off air with all 3 of them. None of them looking weak either. They're all still just beating the absolute living hell out of each other. And yeah, we finish on a 95. Overall show rating, we actually beat what we've got in recent weeks. We get an 89 rated Nitro here. Despite having some pretty bad angles on the card. We had the 43 there for American Dragon and Terry Funk. The 36 there for Cena. Some pretty bad angles. We pretty much want to be getting about a 50 or above. Even the opening angle was a little bit low. But 89 rated show. Very close. I think that's tied with our highest ever show rating as well. I might actually try and look at that real quick. We'll take a look at what Raw is War got as well. Eddie Guerrero, Tori Wilson is charismatic. The kid is a future star. Huh. He's got good charisma. Yep. Works out. What else we got? Jindrak has poor ring psychology from Dusty. The kid is probably not worth keeping around. 52. It's getting better. Getting better. He looks alright though. Jindrak might be one that I actually send to the power plant. We'll look at doing that actually. We get a 1.51 TV rating there as well. And yeah, let's take a look. Raw is War. Ooh, that's a stinker. That's a bad show from them. It's a bad show. 79. And their main event was an 82 rated match. Kane defeating Crash Holly. Who are the Raging Bulls? Rhino and Scott Hall. That's an interesting tag team right there. They defeated the Hardy Boys in an 87 rated match. Should have been the main event. Or I guess Stone Cold defeating Esarios probably would have been the better main event there. They're in Puerto Rico as well, so that's probably the reason why they've actually done so badly. And Esarios, I would assume, has... Oh. Doesn't really have very good Puerto Rican popularity. Huh. Obviously, his Mexico popularity is going to... It's actually not that good. It's only 30s. I thought that would be a lot higher. Anyway, goes to show what I know about the... about Esarios, I guess. Yeah, anyway, very happy that we have absolutely smashed Raw this week. And with that, we've actually gone up in size as well. So we're 81 popularity in the Southeast and the Mid-Atlantic, and then we're 79 across the board in the US, in those other regions. Obviously, it doesn't really matter too much, but it means we have more fans, more people tuning in as well. And then we look at Canada, we're up to 48 Quebec, 56 Ontario, 51 Alberta, 49 Manitoba, and a 51 there in British Columbia. Which I think technically we need to get the 71 in all of those regions. Is that correct? If you guys know, do we need to get 71 in the Maritimes and in Saskatchewan? If that's the case, it's going to be very difficult to get the Maritimes up because it has such a low level of importance in the region and a low level of population. So it could be a real difficult sort of way to get it up. Yeah, I didn't really think about that actually. Anyway, what I want to look now is I want to try and remember because obviously I haven't played too much TEW. And I've sort of been just been smashing these episodes out because I have been enjoying it so much. No, it's not company info. Top 100s. There we go. Exactly what I wanted to see. All right, so we got an 89. The 89 for the last show is technically our third best. Our 89 from, well, we had two 89s from last month. One of them being the top and then one of them being fourth. But they're all nitros. Our last best pay-per-view was Crowd Control back in August, which was an 83. And then just below that is Mayhem, which was last month. So it looks like our pay-per-views are not doing too well. And that 88 is actually tied with our three best matches. Sorry, four best matches, including the Fatal 4-Way match there for the number one contendership back in October at Halloween Havoc. RVD defeating Mike Awesome on a random Nitro back in October as well. And then Booker T obviously involved in our top two, defeating Chavo back in July, which is random. That was quite a long time ago now. And then, yeah, first place is actually going to be that six-man tag. Our best ever match we've had. I'm going to guess that that's going to be today's episode title as well. But yeah, so let's fix a few things up. We've got stables. We've got to add in fully blooded Italians here. I'm assuming there might be a picture for them. So fully blooded Italians. Typing with one hand. And then obviously Johnny the Bull going to be the leader. So get Johnny in there. We'll make Guido his deputy. We'll have Big Vito be the muscle. And I think we'll make Tracy just a member. I was going to make him the lackey, but honestly, he can just be a member at this point. Let's quickly check. FBI maybe? There we go. Perfect. Love to have the pictures with it. It just gives it that little extra feel of a proper stable, and that looks damn good. We've made Johnny the Bull into something that we can actually be proud of. Look at him all the way back at the start of the series here. 30, 30, 30. Started the push probably around here-ish. Bit of a slow burn, and then bang, just fucking straight up to the top. 43 popularity currently. And he's actually one of my sort of favorites in this series at the moment. Along with maybe like a Super Crazy. Just a decent sort of push that we're trying to, get up into the upper mid-card main event level as a future star, which I really enjoy as well. I don't think there's anything else for me to really look at. I guess the only other thing is to maybe look for Sting and potentially ask Sting to come out of retirement if that's a thing we can do. He's still out for legal reasons, but I don't know. I mean, it says he's an announcer. He's got 70 announcing. Okay. So there's no questions to ask in relation to his in-ring career. All right, that's the option there. Perhaps it's time to come out of retirement for another run. And yeah, he doesn't want to do it. He's only retired recently. So yeah, that's going to be a no. And apparently Sting was inducted into our Hall of Fame. I don't remember doing that. Is that legit? Did that happen? Did I do that? I honestly don't remember. I have no idea. Part of me feels like I didn't do that, and that the game did that all by itself. Huh. Interesting. I do like that though, even though he's technically retired and technically still out for 10 months with legal reasons, but there we go. Anyway, that is going to end the episode, guys. Smash a like if you enjoyed, and make sure you tune in to next episode. Going to be the Go Home show, and then, of course, it's the big one, Starcade. And just before we do that, actually, let me go to this because I probably will forget. But I want to go Starcade, and I want to give it a special set. We'll go 50 grand. And get celebrities in as well. We won't do any of that. We won't go live music either. I don't think we really need to. But all that looks pretty good. Pretty damn good. So we'll save that. Have a special set for 50 grand. It's just going to add to the importance of the actual event itself. But I really like it. And it's an extra expense, but hopefully it'll add something to the show. At least for storyline purposes, your biggest show of the year is going to have an impressive stage. So we'll put a bit of extra investment in there. I don't know if the game actually recognizes it or not. I'm assuming it does. If you're going to lose money for it, you would hope that it would give it some sort of little bonus potentially. Anyway, that is going to be the end of the episode. Make sure you tune in to the next one. Like I said, subscribe to the channel as well. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. And apart from that, as always, take it easy and goodbye.